What is good? 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 How's everybody doing? How's everybody's day going? I hope everybody's having a good fucking day. You feel me? Today the title of the stream is making TikToks. I might hop on TikTok for a little. Everybody's saying there's this new fucking algorithm and shit. Everybody's saying this shit is fake. Everybody's saying that like Facebook bought TikTok, and I don't know. I want to know what y'all think, cause it's been going crazy. Right now, I'm probably about to just react to some shit, do a little bit of reaction shit for a little bit, and then we're gonna be making TikToks later. So let me know how everybody's day going. Hope y'all are having a good day, cause I am vibing. Hope y'all are having a good day. Season 8 Rick and Morty's crazy. Actually, let me finish this shit, cause I didn't even finish this shit.
Before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connect Team, the one platform that
Oh my God.
I didn't even finish this. My bad, y'all. I had to go earlier. I had to leave yesterday.
What the fuck? Hell nah, bro. He has to leave. Bro said I'm good. We understand. No, you understand me? Oh, you do? Yeah. Here, I'm feeling that. She said star signs. I said. Cut me.
How do you think that date went?
I think it went well. The impressions of the horse thing was, a little bit awkward at times, but it was okay. So yeah, overall, it seems like a great high energy sort of guy, really. So, super fun to hang out with.
Just did some impressions.
What?
Would you go on a second date?
I would go on a second date.
They're just
I
defeated.
don't really know all
Just
the star signs.
what the fuck am I supposed to do about that?
Maybe.
Oh shit. I might have fucked up. Damn it. Okay, maybe I should go back.
Nah, it's too late, bro.
Fuck.
Hello. What the fuck happened to the floor?
Alright, Phantom, this time round, you are a professional soccer player. We call it football here, just so you know. You're going to convince her that you're over here because you're just signing a pro contract and you want to show off some of your skills. So
Wait.
you're gonna show off some-
You're a pro player, and I'm gonna show her skills
Yeah.
that I don't have.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, come on.
You don't want to step. You don't want to step.
You do.
If you make a mistake, it's
Wait.
you're nervous.
What team do you play for?
United.
Right.
United.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to see you again.
Bro, I
Good
don't know
to see
why
you.
the fuck my AC is so cold, y'all. My AC is like frozen right now. I don't understand.
I be hugging.
You do hugs.
Hell yeah.
Take a
Remind me
seat.
of name
Bro,
again?
my shit was broken. When I first moved in here, my shit broke. This shit was a hot box, bro, and I'm in Florida.
I like that.
What was your name again?
Jerry. You call me
Jerry?
Jerry.
Oscar, what you do?
And what do you do for a living?
I do OnlyFans.
Oh, you do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm low
Right
key
off the
not
bat.
shocked.
Oh.
Wow, I'm low key.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
He like not. Okay.
Right now or not?
No.
Does
it's
that
just-
bother you?
No. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Good.
I do only football.
I do only football. So I think it's like different.
Right. You've been doing OnlyFans for football, no?
Only football.
You could do it
both
naked.
ass. Yeah, for sure.
You could strip off and do the football.
Yeah, I can show
Yeah,
you some
I'm sure
balls
you'd make
kicking
money
around
doing
and
that.
shit, you know what
I'm
I'm
sure
saying?
you'd look great doing that.
I want to show you some skills.
I do want to show you some of my skills though.
Are you gonna get naked for it though?
You want me to get naked?
Yeah, please.
Damn, I like this. You usually skip this part, me too. I go. Bull.
So the reason I'm in London is because I just signed.
What
The
are you
reason
gonna
why I'm in London is because I just signed
Mhm.
recently, not to a team that I really
Right.
want to be in and shit. but,
Right.
You know,
You can
I'll
join
show-
my team instead.
what's your team?
Just me.
Oh,
Just me and you.
Jesus Christ.
Shorty's
I just dug my-
thirsty.
Sorry.
Yeah. I
Oh.
deal with the balls.
You like
You
them?
just stand there.
Ow. You ever play
6,
football?
7, 8,
Yeah.
9,
Can we stand up?
10,
Yeah.
Yeah, stand up.
2,
So
3,
try to take it from me. Try to take it from me.
4, 5, 6,
Oh no.
7, 8,
You see? You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
You got around.
You see? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
It's Anthony in disguise.
You just kicked it away.
No. But I'm doing it though.
This is gonna end in tears.
I'm doing it though. You see? Look, watch.
Well, man.
Fuck, how do you do that shit?
No, again,
Wait, hold on,
again.
5, 6, 7,
You can
8,
do that.
9,
Wait, hold
10,
on.
You know, pass this down. Pass this down.
Watch this.
6, 7, 8,
Wow.
9,
Oh,
10.
shit.
I feel like
Get back,
I'd be
get
more
back, get back.
impressed if you were naked.
Get back.
Why is she naked?
She's better than him.
Yo,
What is doing this naked shit?
Get her from the pool and show your first touch.
Throw me the ball.
She is
me the first
thirsty,
touch.
bro.
No, throw it, you dumb bin. Oh no, sorry.
I'm gonna throw it at you. Do it first touch, okay?
Am I stopping it?
Yeah.
Probably a dumb bin.
Oh my god.
The fuck was that?
You did not. I'm not allowed to touch it, no?
No, it's a first touch.
What's that?
I don't fucking
Is
know.
that
It's
not?
like
Losing the fucking time.
Become a cybersecurity professional in less than a year. Our live virtual classes take place in the evenings.
first touch it.
She's kicking it, though.
Yeah.
Now watch this.
Now watch
Again?
this. Oh shit. You know what? Maybe we should just skip this
I
part.
like the power, though.
Yeah, I like, you know what I'm saying? The power itself. Now think about that.
Yeah.
I mean?
I'm already thinking.
How long have you been doing OnlyFans for?
Like 3 years.
What's the biggest? Yeah, come on, just be like.
Oh,
Ask her if she wants to come to watch one of your matches.
I've done Jax, Johnny
Do
Sins.
you want to come, Johnny Sins?
She's Johnny Sins.
Yeah.
You want to come watch one of my matches?
Yeah.
I don't think you understand, by the way.
I don't think you understand.
Bro, that
playing
really
the
shocked she
Sidemen
fucked Johnny
charity match.
Sins.
I'm playing in a Sidemen charity match.
8th of March
8th
You
of
actually
March.
are?
Yeah,
at Wembley.
at Wembley.
90,000 people.
I'll be your cheerleader.
90,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Won't get nervous to come.
I'll walk out on the pitch naked.
Oh my,
if
I
you
love
like.
it.
Oh my god.
You're not invited, but I'm playing.
Got you.
Yeah, so you're not invited, but I'm gonna play though. Okay?
Fuck you.
Fuck you too.
You're gonna play like shit anyway.
I'm not gonna play like shit.
Well, you are. I've just seen.
All right, fuck you. I'm leaving.
Pretty sure I played better than you just now.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm out of here. I ain't gonna lie, Mom.
You should definitely work on the fitness for sure.
Oh.
That was
something.
That was something. Yeah, that was something. I ain't gonna lie.
I like the part about the Wembley match as well. That was a joke.
Yeah. See, now you gotta put me in this shit now, because I said I was gonna be in it.
All right.
Extra large, they know my size. Extra large, they know my size.
So, they went.
I think it was okay. Bit confusing, but okay.
Why is it confusing?
Why, he's walked out.
It's a ball cap.
Will you see you at the charity match?
Oh, if he wants me there, I'll be there.
He doesn't. I'll be there naked.
All right, so this date, you are psychic.
Ooh.
So you are gonna
Oh,
give
my
her a
boys.
reading. However, every time you do a reading, you need a shit more.
I need a shit.
Yeah, it's a big
But it
pump.
gets worse and worse the more readings you do.
So I go, and then I read it.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Maybe in the date should end maybe with him. We're shitting on the floor. With you running away because you've shat yourself.
You asked too many questions. I've shit myself.
If I remember. Big hugs. ¿Cómo estás?
Estoy bien, ¿y tú cómo estás?
Tranquilo.
Qué bien, ¿no?
Remind me your name again?
Tranquilo.
Lucy.
Lucia, if you prefer. And you?
Roberto.
Roberto.
Sí.
Ah, very nice.
So cut this Spanish shit. No one wants to hear this.
What you do for a living?
I'm a choreographer.
Like, you can teach dancing?
Like, I teach dancing for artists,
Oh,
music
shit.
videos.
I knew that.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I knew that already.
Oh, really? How did you know that?
Because I'm a psychic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I can read, like, what's coming, like, next, literally.
Change your plan. She's going to teach you how to dance.
Go for it.
It's all right.
I think I see you teaching me how to dance in the near future. Like, right now.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Let's do it.
Teach me some cool
Okay.
shit.
Wait, I want you to bend your knees.
Oh, what the fuck? Man, my knee. Wait, let me move this shit.
Get it on. Push it out. Push it out. Push it out.
That chair leg is still bent from last time.
I want you to bring your knees here, and you're gonna push it forward.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Push it out,
Damn. Okay.
and then back. Okay. And then sideways.
Okay.
And now we're just gonna roll.
Oh, you talking about like this, like this, like this, like this, like what? Like
lower.
lower?
Like, a little lower.
Like right here?
No, not too low.
So you're gonna make me shit myself.
Just like that, and like
You gonna make me shit myself. Hold on, sorry.
we wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just.
Now, just go.
I'm sorry.
Did you really?
No,
No.
you good.
She's actually concerned for a booth.
So sideways,
Uh-huh.
then back,
Uh-huh.
or step back.
I gotta
There you
arch
go.
my back.
Arch. Then side,
Uh-huh.
not the whole side. And then
I feel like this is a.
I need a new move.
You know what? New move.
okay, fine.
No
So
move,
new
no
move,
move.
new move. Okay,
Look at
cool.
these.
Cool.
Dale.
So you're just gonna go side, step,
Uh-huh.
and step. Reverse, step, and step. Okay, you got that right. There you go. And now relax the arm. Okay, not the vibe I had on, but I like it.
Too easy. Give me a really hard one.
Too easy.
Okay, too easy.
Give me like a
not
hard
bad.
one.
Okay, I want you to go up.
What the fuck?
Okay, that was too.
So the cool thing about Pi is that you can choose to just block every ad that you're seeing, or you can opt in.
Hard. There you go. So I need you to scoop it.
I'm gonna be scooping my shit in a minute.
I'm gonna be scooping my shit up in a minute.
We'll get you on the way later.
I ate Nando's.
And you didn't give me any?
You know what? You're right.
Thank you. Less contemporary.
It's like, look.
Give me a hand.
Okay.
Aye.
Are you about to share right now?
If I sing for you, can you dance?
If I sing for you, will you dance?
If I what?
If I sing, will you dance?
Yeah.
Sing happy birthday.
You have to dance to what I'm singing though.
Oh, I have to. Wait.
Ready?
What do you want to share?
Ready?
I have to sing. Wait.
No,
I have
I'ma sing
Yes.
and you dance. Whatever
okay,
you
just
feel
say.
like.
Okay, cool.
Okay, 3,
Good shot.
2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. One more time. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh my God, you killed it.
I did not expect that.
Nah,
but
you
I
good. You
appreciate
bodied
it.
that. So like
Thank
you're
you.
good at like on cue. Boom.
Yes.
I bring both chairs together.
Let's bring the kids together.
Yeah, we're like, let's do this.
Let's start doing the readings.
Let's do the readings.
Okay.
My psychic readings.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need you to get a bit closer.
Oh, okay. Closer. Cool.
Right.
Okay.
Get her hand.
I came all the way in.
You're not gonna ask me to marry you, are you?
No, not yet. Not yet.
What do you want to know?
What do you want to know?
About myself or about you?
The future. Your future.
Okay. Tell me something about my emotional future.
Okay. Do you have any animals?
You have any animals?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Am I supposed to tell you that? Okay. 1.
It's all right. Just the little bit info. And I can,
Like a scam.
Okay. All right. Hum for me.
just hum for me. Hum.
Okay. Stop.
Stop.
Your pet's got 2 years.
Oh my God.
Your pets have 2 years left.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't believe that.
No,
Don't say
fine.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Give me what else? Anything else you want to know?
Fuck.
Do I have
That's so
anything else you
fucked
wanna
up.
Where would I be, like physically,
In 2
around
years.
the world in 2 years? Yeah.
In the worst shape of your life.
Oh my
no, no, no.
God.
Do I hum? Okay.
Wait. No. Prison.
Prison.
For what?
You wanna know for what?
Yeah, of course. For what?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Okay.
Public defecation.
Public defecation.
Are you sure it's not you?
No.
Okay. But I feel like that was in your future.
Do you want another one?
Go for it.
I might actually shit this time.
I might actually shit myself this time.
I can see that.
Every time I do a reading, I have to release a little.
Every time I do a reading, it gets worse
Okay,
and worse and worse. It's a power. It's a gift and a curse.
How often do you have to change underwear per day then?
Oh shit! No pun intended.
Okay, cool. One more time. Okay, go.
His last one.
Okay.
Wait, what do you want to know though? Because I need to know what you want to know first.
Okay, tell me something I don't even know that I want to know.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes, that's perfect.
Cool.
I actually work with that.
No.
Are we okay?
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit. So.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Wait, so much happened. So much happened. Do you reckon you secured the second date?
I don't know. Give me a shitty second day.
How do you think that date went?
Oh, do you know what? I think I even forgot that was a date.
Oh.
I'm gonna say, okay.
Okay. Has anyone ever shit themselves on a date with you again?
That's the first time this happens. I don't know what to say.
Would you have a second date with him?
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe. And I don't know if it's just because I'm being crazy, but he made me laugh.
Oh, yeah. If you can make a laugh and giggle, you can make that ass clap and jiggle. That's what you can do.
Jeez, dropping gems on him.
All right, Phantom, you ready?
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Getting started is easy.
Okay, good. All right, so for this day, we want you to be arrogant, cocky,
Up yourself.
a dickhead. Basically, we want you to end up in an argument with her.
Oh,
Yeah, we want it to go crazy, fiery. Plus, you're wearing these for no apparent reason. And if she asks why, you just laugh.
Cocky laugh.
With no answer.
You never explain why. You just
Those are
laugh.
impossible to walk in, by the way. Those aren't even like you have to walk backwards. No, you try. It's real.
We got the steppers on, bro.
Oh yeah.
hey, these bitches
Big stepping.
That's the
You got them things on though.
Damn.
Oh, he just broke that shit.
God damn. It's grabbing onto random shit.
Oh, it's not look. She pulled your face. It could be me.
I got it.
She's not having it. Yeah, why are you trying to style it, guys?
Talk about making an entrance, okay.
Bro, homie's
do I,
rocking
like,
that shit
stand
though.
on these, or...
You can't. They put it together. They put it together for you.
Yes, hello.
Right, no,
I'm
no.
good. Now, what? Don't. I'm
Good.
sorry.
He said,
I
"Are these
don't even know
bitches
what to
real?"
say.
Nice though.
Those shits don't look real.
What's the meaning of this?
It's just a me thing.
Oh. Okay. So you
What you do for a living?
do diving? I mean, you first. I'm more intrigued about what
Okay.
you do.
I'm me.
I'm the GOAT.
Okay.
I'm the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Period.
Everyone wants to be me.
You feel me? Everybody want to be like me.
Whatever you do, I'm doing it better.
Whatever you do, I do it better than you. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I eat better than you. I dress better than you. I breathe air better than you. This is what I do. You feel me? Everything better than you. Feel me? Phantom better. You feel me? That's like my thing, you know?
Okay.
But I'm not like a dickhead or nothing like that, though.
You're not.
So let's see about you.
What about you?
Me, I'm a model.
You sure?
No.
No.
You a model?
Yes.
You sure?
Tell.
So you think you're better than me
I would like to think of myself.
You think you better than me?
Huh?
at modeling?
You think you better than me?
I am better than you.
You're not better than
Facts. Okay, cool. Let's shoot
Okay,
right
let's
now.
do a little.
Let's do a catwalk real quick.
Let's do a catwalk. Let's do a catwalk.
Let's go.
Fucking flippers. I can't stand somebody trying to act better than me, and I just met him. But I'm not.
Wait, you guys.
No, you go first. You the model.
Okay.
You the
where's
model, right?
runway? Where's the
Go
runway?
ahead.
Yeah.
Go that way.
Okay. Let's go. Right.
Trash. Terrible. You thought you did something. You thought you ate?
What?
You thought you ate, right?
Okay, well, it's
You
your
thought
turn
you ate,
now.
right?
All right, let's see
You
if
see
you
my
can use
see?
slippers.
Hey, I'm about to.
Get out of here. Right. Yeah, no, you're definitely better than me.
Thank
Yes.
I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and sit down.
No, respect that. Respect that.
Thank you. Watch out with the flippers.
God.
So how long you been modeling for?
About
Okay,
4 years.
6
No
months.
bullshit.
Crazy.
Oh, he good at
Yeah,
that.
he's good at it.
I actually been doing.
Hold on, I'll tell you what I do want to see. Oh my god.
One Piece Bounty Rush.
It has 129.
One team, one goal. Seize the treasure. Join Bounty Rush.
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your story with a professional website that reflects who you are and what you have to offer.
Messy Homeland. It's been 2 minutes. It's been for real.
Brazil.
Oh, you Brazilian.
Brazilian.
Oh, you Brazilian.
Yeah, Flamengo.
So you know Argentina. Flamengo. Vasco Flamengo.
Vasco.
Vasco Flamengo. What the hell? Oh my God, Chad. This is it. Can we cross the street? Oh my God. We really here in Argentina, y'all. Ain't no way Messi right there on the first start, though. Oh my God, Chad. This about to get crazy, bro. Oh my God, y'all. We gotta lock in, bro. We gonna have to lock in, bro. Hey, you okay? You a Messi fan? You a Messi fan? See?
Okay, I might watch that later.
In November 2024, police were dispatched to a store parking lot following the report of a domestic disturbance in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. According to the report, an 18-year-old male was with his girlfriend when the muffler on his vehicle fell off. As his girlfriend got out of the car to inspect it, another man allegedly rolled up and started talking to her. This upset the 18-year-old.
They really put the Riz sound effect on there? That's fucking crazy.
Exchange. Subsequently, witnesses saw the 18-year-old arguing and yelling at his girlfriend
Shout out
in the
to
car.
Code Blue Cam.
Concerned by the commotion, several individuals called 911.
Nora 169, approach copy at 28. Give me 1 second, okay? It'll be Wisconsin, Adam. Hey guys.
What's the
So
issue?
Officer Ray with the Eau Claire Police Department. So the reason why I'm making contact with you is because
Some random dude pulled by and I told him to go the away if that's the issue.
Okay,
He
well,
left and everything.
we got a call saying that you were arguing with another girl and
Yeah,
that
this is
you
my
guys.
girlfriend. We can argue in public.
Okay. Well, we just want to know what's going on. We got a call, so we got to do our due
arguing.
diligence to come out here and investigate. Okay.
Argument's done.
Okay.
So everything's done, right? No traffic stop. You never pulled me over.
Nope. So right now we're investigating because we got called out here for a reason, right?
What's the reason you got called out here for?
That it's a domestic
We're
relation.
not
It's a
arguing
domestic that you guys were yelling at each other. So we just.
I
need to
wasn't
figure out-
yelling at her. My car was broke. She got out. I'm telling you the story.
Okay.
Some dude pulled by, started yelling at her. I don't like guys talking to my girlfriend, so I got out of my car and told him to pull the away. And then after he left, he said,
Miss,
I'm
can
going to
you
call the
exit
cop.
the vehicle for me? Can you exit the vehicle for me?
Oh, no, I'm fine. She's
Okay.
fine.
My partner's gonna come here and talk to you, so if you can just exit out.
I
and
have to
then-
work, sir, and I really don't have time.
I understand that. But I understand that. But the faster you guys cooperate
No,
with us,
then
and if
why do
nothing
we
is
have to
really
co-
going
what,
on,
what did I do wrong to cooperate with you about?
like I've
So
explained.
no, the thing is, they could have called on another black male and a female in the car. How do you know it's me? Did they give you a license plate? I
They
doubt
gave us a
did.
vehicle
No,
with
they
a
didn't.
Listen, can I finish?
Yeah, there's a gray Impala that just pulled
Listen.
out.
Yes.
It don't matter. It don't
Your
matter.
muffler's on the ground.
Yes,
which
I
your
know, and
muffler
I
is
told
on
you
the
that.
ground, right?
That's why That's why she got out to look at the car. I got out to yell at the guy to stop talking to my girlfriend.
Okay, I understand.
Problem solved, right?
No. If it's that easy, right? Then we wouldn't be having any investigations going on. But
I don't know why there's an. Why is there investigation? I told the to stop talking to my girlfriend. What's the issue?
Okay,
If say your wife's with you. Say your wife's.
What's your name, boss?
Please.
What's
no,
your name?
I'm not giving this a name because my ID's.
Okay, you're not helping the whole situation here.
I don't care.
Bro, this guy's about to crash the fuck out. But this guy is actually tight for no reason.
I'm just trying to go to work.
While he kept seeing red and unlocking new levels of stress, a refreshing scent can sometimes help us stay calm and composed. And that's where Scentbird
Wisconsin?
can help. This month, I sampled 4 great fragrances. Friendly Versace.
Wisconsin is crazy. I don't think I've ever met a single person who lives in Wisconsin in my life. Shout out to y'all if y'all from Wisconsin. Or you know someone from Wisconsin. I don't know a single person.
No, I'm gonna call my lawyer. You can tell this. What do you need? There's no insurance on the car, and I don't have my license on me. My license are in her car. Write me the ticket and get the out of here. Tell this to get the out of here, man.
Oh, he's crashing.
No.
Okay.
Can I get out of my car, please, and I'll walk back there away from you guys? Because I do not like...
No, so we need to talk to you. Okay? The whole time I've been talking to you, you've been arguing with me.
Yeah, because you don't need to talk to me. For what?
Like I've
For what
explained
are you
to you,
talking
we
to me
got
for?
a call
Yes,
saying that you
you're
were yelling
talking
at
to
a
me.
female in the
Okay, if
parking
you're
lot.
talking to me about that situation, the situation's done, and someone's coming to fix the car. So what's the fucking problem?
Okay, so why were you guys yelling at each other?
Because that was talking to my girl. And I told her to get in the car. I already told you this.
Miss, can you exit the vehicle and talk to my
Yes,
partner?
exit the vehicle and go tell him what the happened. So I can keep yelling at this Asian telling him the same thing.
Yo, it is not that deep, bro.
I told him to leave. Problem solved. I'll get the muffler off the ground. What the is the problem?
Okay, so why were you so upset at the guy?
Because no needs to talk to my girl. Do you want me to go hit on your wife at the fucking bar?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm seriously fine. I'm not hurt.
Was he hitting on your girlfriend?
Yes.
What was he saying?
To me, he was hitting on my girl. I couldn't hear him. I don't want him talking to her. End of conversation. What the is the problem?
Okay, what's your name?
And need me to fucking spell it? Get your notepad, write it down. What the is the problem? I asked him to stop talking to my girl. He said, I'm gonna call the cops. I said, okay, good. Stop talking to her. Y'all showed up.
As the male continued to lose his shit, the girlfriend revealed that he became upset when the first officer showed up.
But I'm totally fine. Like, we're totally fine. We had to calm down until he showed up, and then he's...
Hold on. Before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connecting, the one platform that replaces all of these.
Started going freaking out.
Sometimes
he
that
doesn't
happens.
like cops. He won't do cops.
Yeah, I get that, but somebody thought that he was mad at you and that you
I know exactly what happened, and I tried. He gets like this.
There's no issue, except y'all in my way, and I gotta go to work. What's the problem? Can you tell me the problem again? Y'all are in my way. I gotta go to work. That guy already left. That issue's done. That's the only issue on the ground is my muffler. I'll get that fixed. Y'all can carry on your day, and I can go to fucking work.
Well, and if you're fine, and as long as there's nothing else, if he calms down, we'll let you guys leave. What's your first name?
What's the issue? It makes no sense why you're talking to me.
Bro,
When I
I'm
figure
lost
out
right
the other
now.
issue, I'm gonna solve this one. Y'all can get the on with your day. What the is the problem?
So like
I'll
I've
give
already
you time to talk.
Yep, I already explained to you.
So there's no domestic, and she confirmed
We
it,
need to
so
get
I'm
her
gonna
side
go.
of the story. Nope, you're not free to leave yet until she's done talking.
Okay, here you go. So I'm gonna make some decisions. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw them at you. What the is the problem, sir? Like, I'm really getting pissed.
Nope.
You have a
Like I
nice
said,
job that I'm not trying to lose.
got your
Y'all are
side.
wasting my
I already got your
time.
side of the story. Now we just need to get hers.
Yes, she said the same fucking thing.
You understand?
Shut the up. Go talk to her now. She's gonna say the same fucking thing. Shut the up.
Yo.
Calm down.
Just I don't want you guys yelling back and forth. Well,
And you can off and go on in your car and have your marathon day.
if that's the
Shut
case,
the
then
fuck
we'll
up.
do that.
You're a public
Okay?
servant. Shut the fuck up. I'm not asking you
Yo,
to damn question.
he's
Get in your
crashing.
car. I want to talk to him. I don't want you by my car.
You can
anymore.
talk to my partner.
Shut the fuck up. I did not ask you a question.
Just got an apartment, so things are probably chaotic right now.
Shut the fuck up.
you said she's coming to get you?
I don't want to hear your fucking voice.
She'll
can
probably
take you
end up
home.
bringing me home now,
That
but
might be good just with this fired up. Do you want to sit in here and stay warm?
no, I'm fine.
Babe, bring me my phone. Babe.
Right now, just so he doesn't do anything crazy.
Can you bring that to him?
This is his?
Yeah, I need Cecil's number.
What's his first name? Here, she wants you to talk to.
Give me my phone.
Buddy.
Shut the up and give me my phone.
Why are we yelling?
Because I need to go to work.
Is this his phone or your phone?
That's my phone, but
Okay,
his
I'm
mother's
just-
on. Or no, that is his phone. That is his phone.
This is his
That
phone?
is his phone, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna let him calm down a little bit.
He's not
Ma'am, are you mom?
Why are you so pissed? Shut the up. Okay, what did I just say? The same sentence. Tell me what I said. I need to go to work. Y'all are at work. You're gonna make me late for work. That's why I'm pissed. I have to go to work. Do you know English?
Okay, he's we got called here because somebody called that they thought that he was screaming at her and that she was in
Yo, why can't this nigga just calm down, bro? Like, I don't. Why is it that deep, bro?
showing up here is aggravating him more.
Shut the up. Answer my question. Do you know
His
English?
car matches his emotional state.
No. But why the are you all
Like,
up in my
duh,
face?
his shit is
That
beat the
stays
fuck
in right
up.
now, and his muffler is like completely off the car or dragging from the bottom of the car.
Give me my phone from that. I don't care. It's not his phone. Can I get out and grab my phone? Then will you go get my phone? Then I'm getting out to get my phone.
Nope.
Why can't I get out to get my phone?
He just tried to offer your phone and you
Yes, and then wouldn't give it to me.
because you're screaming.
Yes,
for no
it's
reason.
my fucking phone.
You're screaming in the middle of a parking lot. for
Y'all
no
are
reason.
backing the up. This is not. I'm not joking. I fucking well. I worked 14
Jump
hours
up,
last
jump
night. I'm darker than every here. Get the out of my face.
Yo.
If you guys fix my car, there's gonna be an issue, and I promise it.
Bro,
I'm
y'all gotta
smiling,
know,
go to
like,
jail, paid
don't
vacation,
ever
I'm
be
gonna go-
this guy, bro. Like, this guy is
I don't know, now he's
This
rolling
guy
up
is
his
crashing
windows,
out,
he's
screaming
in
at the top of his
car,
lungs for
he's being
no
calm. I think
reason.
That's about all we're gonna.
I'll open the window when y'all are ready to go back.
Is this always like this, or what's the deal today?
I don't like cops. Y'all are some
I wasn't
pigs.
talking to you. Roll your
Don't
window.
fucking talk to my girl.
If you-
Shut your
if
mouth.
you don't want to
Don't
talk-
answer another question. Don't answer another question. I'm
Yo. Who just Lisa? What's good, Lisa? I'm vibing. How are you doing? How's your day? I had a good day. Just been praying. Went to the park. Where you from, Lisa? Right now, I'm from Florida. I'm a Florida boy. Oh shit. Where's Cuban? You from Texas? Bro, that's crazy. I'm thinking about moving, bro. Texas? I need to go to Texas, bro. Bro, y'all got your shit is cheap over there. I'm thinking about moving like either Austin, like if I go, I'm gonna go to Austin. Cause look, y'all are just so y'all shit is cheap. Look, I already had this shit pulled up. Compared to what compared to Florida, y'all are living good. I'm thinking either like Austin or Miami. Where do you think I should go? Austin or Miami, or like maybe not Austin, but just somewhere in Texas. That's what I'm thinking. I'm in Orlando right now, and I've been out here for a while. I like it. It's just like when you've been at one place for a minute, it's just like you feel like you kind of want to switch it up. Like I feel like nobody wants to live in like one place for their whole life, you know?
With them. Tell them to shut the up. Give me my shit.
Right now, I'm watching this guy
You have no
crash
right
the
to have
fuck
your hands
out,
on
and
us.
I don't know why
Shut
he's
the
just
fucking
crashing.
scram. No, I don't want to talk to him. I have to go to work. They're here because some was talking to I told that to leave. He left. I surrounded. Yes, and if they thought that, just like he said, she thought that, y'all think wrong.
Bro, this guy's gonna get arrested for no reason.
I want to fucking go. She can walk home for all I care. I have to work. I don't care.
Keys are still
Why
over
are
there?
they talking to me?
What's that?
If they really need to make sure she's safe, bring the home. I'll go to
Yelling at her.
work.
She said nothing between them was a problem. Said he just gets this way around us.
But yeah, Lisa, I just started streaming like about a week ago. I'm gonna be live every single day at 12.
I realize that.
Every day, 12 p.m. EST. I'm gonna be here. So thank you so much for the follow. W Lisa.
What do I need to talk to you for? I parked to calm down, and some came to talk to me. Okay.
Bro, this guy is lit right now.
And y'all forced me to sit in this shit. That told me I couldn't get out. Calm down. God, I want to punch. Can't get out of this enclosed ass space. Actually, I don't care. I'm getting out. I'm gonna walk a safe distance away. What do you ask?
Okay. Hey, come here.
What do you need? Don't
Yo.
come towards me. Go the
Why he
way.
tell his
How
girl to
dare
shut
you?
the fuck up? Like, what
I'm
his girl
talking to you,
do?
But you don't need to walk. Stand on the white line. Now stand on the white line. Problem solved.
Look around you.
Yes.
What
Look around.
What you're doing? If we wanted to take you to jail for,
Yes, you can. And I will call them paid vacation. So tell me what the needs to happen.
Okay.
I don't have time for this. Yes, and
Hey Daniel, I'm dying. What? To tell you.
I don't understand.
What? I need you to go to
I
YouTube and look up-
genuinely don't understand.
time to talk. I have time.
Literally, all that happened was this guy just. I got advice related to your streaming. Yeah, of course. Let me hear it, Lisa. Anything I could do. I'm planning to do like. Well, obviously, I want to do like pen spinning content, reacting and shit. But putting a gaming mascot on your channel. Not really. I've seen. Like, I know I could. What is that sound? Yeah. Let me see your if you got Discord or Instagram or something. Let me see. Let me see. What's your Discord? What is your Discord? I'll add you. Type your Discord and I'll pin it.
Time to know if I need to call in paid vacation or go to work. That's what I have time for. I've been.
Yeah, sure. I'll send it here. It should be that. Hold on. Let me triple check before I send you some random shit. Okay. It's really telling me I can't. Okay, that's fine. Laggy. Okay, yeah, you should be able to see that. That text. Yeah, you should be able to. But yeah, that's my Discord. Definitely, you can hit me up on there. Or if you can't find it, you can drop your Discord. I'll add you. Thanks for showing love. Thank you so much for the follow.
Trying to explain it to the Asian, and he didn't listen. Also told me I couldn't get out of my car. So tell that he doesn't know what the he's talking about.
no, I could tell you can't get out of your car
So
if
why
I wanted.
did you tell me to? Why
you said.
can every tell me a different
You said you
story?
wanted to. Calm down.
What's the main issue here?
Here's the main issue: is
That I'm mad?
you're in the middle of a grocery store parking lot screaming, and
I
people
wasn't
everywhere.
screaming until that showed up, till you guys showed up.
But you are now.
Okay, so why am I screaming? Why am I screaming? Answer the question. Because of you guys. So if you get on with your day, the problem is solved. I do not like cops. I do not have respect for cops. Y'all have f***ed me over once before. I don't want to talk to you. So why the do I need to talk to you?
Because what you are doing is illegal. It is our job
How
to
is it
address
illegal to argue?
Because it's disorderly conduct.
Hey, you. Is that illegal?
Yeah, it is.
How?
Because
It's freedom of
disorderly
speech.
conduct.
No, it's not.
No,
I can tell you to f off all I want, and you, and you, and you. It's literally yes, I cannot. Yet you're gonna tell me I can't tell you to screw off. You're gonna tell me I cannot tell you to screw off.
In a calm voice where the entire
Can you
grocery
please
store
f off and get in your car and go?
Once
that was
we
in a
have
calm
a calm
voice. I'm sorry,
conversation.
but that was in a calm voice.
Okay.
I am f***ing calm now,
You're
but they need
still
to f***ing suck my cock and go on with their day. I'm sorry. I'm done with this.
I don't care what you call me or tell me, but as soon as you start
I'm not talking to
screaming
you
like
anymore,
that,
sir.
okay, what do you think?
What?
She said that everything between them, like
Take
no
my car and go
problem
home, I
between them.
promise.
Obviously, we have a disorderly conduct here.
We have DC.
I'm not-
And what he was saying was
What do you
that
think this is gonna keep
his
on
car was
going to?
broken down, so that he came in here. He told her to go check the muffler. She went out.
They
The
won't
guy that
leave
called
me alone.
us
Look,
drove
I
up to
could
them and
literally
started
tie
talking to
my
her.
shoe,
He didn't like that
brush
she was
my
talking to her,
teeth with a
but
smile.
he was hitting on
These
her.
n***s are deciding
And
to
he
keep
started.
talking.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payments could literally.
Does the caller want to do anything?
I have not spoken with the caller yet. By the time I got here, I made contact and he was already on this.
I mean, I'll let you decide whatever you want.
What video should I watch?
Disorderly conduct.
This looks like Sam was smiling.
7 versions gaslight 1, bro. That sounds crazy.
I guess whatever you.
Alright, I'm finna react to that next.
Literally want to jerk off in a circle and
So if
talk.
anything, I'll probably write him a
I'm
citation.
done. Well, stop smiling like you know it's true, because it's fucking true.
What's going on with him? If the issue, if she's saying
Because
the issue is
I
not
was
with him.
calm, and now I'm getting pissed off because these niggas want to jerk off in a circle and do nothing.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to? We've made a decision. What's going to happen? Do you want to know? Not yet. You're not going to. Here's the deal. Can I walk closer to you so I don't have to scream
Please
at
don't.
you? I'm not going to touch you, dude.
I don't trust that.
I don't want to.
Last thing I told me wasn't going to touch me. Touch me.
Here's what's going to happen. Listen, what you're doing is not acceptable. That we have to address it. Okay?
I know it's not acceptable. I was told that by the first cop. But then why are there 8 of you, 4 of you showing up to talk to me to escalate? Because you're escalating me more. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all should write down the notes that you have in your notes for each individual and say, don't chew up 8 niggas deep, because this is gonna get pissed.
Okay, can I tell you what we're gonna do? Okay, here's what's gonna happen. It is our job to address these issues. There's a
Yes, it's been addressed.
No, it's not. We're gonna write you a citation for disorderly conduct, and you can go to
What's
work.
disorderly conduct? What did I do?
Disorderly conduct is loud, profane, boisterous, or
Oh, okay,
otherwise
write the ticket
behavior
and I'll go.
that causes a disturbance. As long as you stay like this, we'll give you a piece of paper and you're gonna get out of here.
Okay,
If
I'm
it
gonna
gets
grab my keys.
worse-
You can give it to her. She'll ride with her, and I'm gonna go to work, okay?
Yeah, that's fine, but we
Okay.
have to give you the ticket.
She is
We have to.
me for
I know,
now.
but we have to hand it to you.
Okay, then
Here's
it's
the-
gotta hurry quick. I am leaving in 10 minutes.
He's literally writing it right now. What are you gonna do about your muffler? You can't drive down the road.
I'm
like
gonna
that.
leave the car here.
Oh.
Like I said, this whole this fucking situation was solved before Mr. got here. I'm sorry.
Before Mr. Nigga
Yes,
got
the
here.
thing is, I saw him, told him everything was solved.
Bro, this guy's funny as fuck. All the way crashing out for no reason.
Sintra has just released AI employees, and it has me terrified. Meet your team for all core
Add me up on
areas.
Discord? Yeah, I
Sochi,
got you.
build a
Someone that's hot than someone.
I got you, Lisa. Hold up. And then yeah, send me what you got. Okay, I just sent it.
With a good personality. Folks, what even is personality? I think it's just something ugly people made up.
Which one is the hottest? Stop. No. You. You're doing that shit as a joke, and you look like a piece of shit for doing that.
Listen.
No.
7 versus 1 girl, or should I do? Should I do this other one? Could have been records, New Orleans auditions. Bro, these shits be so funny. Those shits be funny as fuck too. Fold it instantly. I've probably seen that. FBI discovers kidnapper after 20 years? After 30 years?
If you're gonna ride on the roadway.
What?
And then if you're gonna ride at night, you need a front light. I'm sure you know that, but you got an ID on you real quick, just so I can say a stop to talk with you. Okay. Can I get your Greg Stallings? Greg Stallings again?
Greg, please.
This man, Gregory Stallings, was stopped for a safety check. But what this cop didn't know yet is that this man is hiding a dark secret, one that's left him on the run from law enforcement for over 30 years.
S, what's your date of birth? Bear with me, buddy. I'll get you. fast as I can. I think I wrote something down wrong. What's your full social? Perfect. Yep, hang tight for me. I'll get you out as fast as I can. Gregory, I'm still not getting that back. Are you sure that's right?
The cop is struggling to find a man on any police database. But that's not by mistake. This man is not really Gregory Stallings. All of the information he has given to the cops so far is completely false. And now the officer knows he is being lied to.
I've been a long time since I had to look at.
Yeah. I do. Can you run one for me? Last name Stallings, Sam, Tom, Adam, Lincoln, Ida, Nora, Sam. First name Gregory, George, Robert, Edward, George, Ocean, Robert, Young. So I like to stop people who are riding bikes and check.
Oh, cool.
I'm sorry, hold on a second. The reason why is because I hate if you're riding your bike and someone rear ends you.
Oh, yeah.
And then they can kind of point the blame because the
sticker.
reflector.
Yeah.
And I hate that because it's like, no, it's.
I understand that.
Copy. Can we try a soch? And I'm also with our traffic units. I do all our accident investigations. So whenever bikes are involved, it almost always is way worse than.
Yes, it usually hits you from behind.
I drive a moped.
That's very good.
I just can't let you go at this point till I verify who you are. So.
That's cool.
No, if I was this cop, I wouldn't even think this guy is sus right now.
Nice.
He looks homeless.
Oh, there we go. Where do you live at?
Down in the woods, way back over that way in Des Moines.
Oh,
nice.
Down in the woods.
You like your spot back there? Or?
Oh yeah, I've been there for a bit.
Yeah. Just
down in the woods.
Hopefully. No.
Unless they come walking up the trail. Or
Yeah.
Down in the woods
so
is
Greg,
crazy.
Your first name is Gregory. Last name is what?
Stallins.
Okay. And your date of birth is? Okay. And have you ever had an Iowa driver's license before?
No, not here.
What was the driver's license you have had?
You see it. Florida, maybe.
I was just about to say he looks like a. He looks like a Florida man.
Copy. Can you try running him through Florida? What's your middle name?
W.
W.
He's probably lying.
Middle initial W, as in William. How long have you been living up here then?
Are you spending too much on taxes? Can't remember how many miles you've driven this week? Tracking your miles with pen and paper?
You haven't tried to get an ID card or anything yet?
No. Never had.
I guess there's no reason to, yeah.
Bro, these people for real live off the grid, bro.
How was
like for real off the grid?
All right?
Oh yeah, the storms don't bother.
No. They don't flood your tent or anything?
No.
That's good. Copy. All right, buddy. I need some way to verify it. So what state, do you know a state that you've had a DL out of? Because it's not Florida. You've never had a driver's license ever?
I'm trying to remember that one I had, dude. I got ran over. My brain ain't quite.
It's okay. I need to verify before I can let you go in case.
Okay.
Ran over.
I ain't never had it.
Okay. Try to think for me. Where was the last place you had an ID then?
I know if you're Human Services, they know me.
Human Services know you?
Right here, West Des Moines. Yeah, I volunteer out there every morning for stuff. We can go right up there and you can talk to.
This might be the first time that the suspect isn't lying. He is well known by the community, especially the youth, a fact that is going to be made more disturbing when they learn about his true past.
Just think of this one state. I can get you through any state even if it's really old, so.
It's been.
I know it's been a while. Just try to think. Yeah, try to think for me.
Sorry, I can't help you. Good. I'm sorry.
Where else have you lived?
I lived here a long time.
Yeah.
I lived in Florida for a bit. I've lived really a lot of different.
All right, buddy. I'm just going to take your word for it, okay?
Okay,
all right.
you.
Yep.
Cool.
I don't shake hands, sorry.
Okay.
Yep, you're good. Drive safe. Homeless dude, I can't freaking find anything on him, and he's like lived in like 19 different states and got ran over by a car supposedly a couple years ago, so his memory's not great. He gave me his SOCH, his name and date of birth, like he's going to IV now, so we can find him later, but
With a lack of evidence to go off and no address or ID to verify the suspect's information, the officer decides at this point to let him go. But he still has his suspicions. He later finds the suspect again, and this time he's come prepared.
So what we're going to do for now while I keep investigating this is I'm going to take a picture of you and send it to our guy who has facial rec. So you pull your hat off and your glasses off.
Oh no, this guy just. Fuck.
We just have a seat on the curb for me, buddy. Do you think?
Yeah, it could be. Like, I was going to stop there on my way back.
On your way back and figure it out?
Yeah.
Okay, just have a seat for me, okay? Can you try to, I know you had that brain injury that we talked about, but can you try your best? Can you think of a Soch? Yeah, that's one of the ones that you gave me earlier. Because here's the issues. I don't want to arrest you for the for stopping you without the rear reflector, because like I told you, I just stop people to let them know because I don't want it to be your fault when you get hit. But if I can't verify who you are and the info you did give me comes back to nobody, and that comes back to other people, that's the bigger issue. You know what I mean, buddy?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna hang tight with this guy until we get it figured out, so if you could keep trying, that'd be great.
You used to live in Ohio?
I've been through there years and years and years ago.
Did you have an address there?
No. I was living on the street, going from one place to another.
How about Waterloo?
He's just chatting, bro.
Iowa?
You need a water?
No, I'm good, dude.
You sure? I got plenty of extra in the car. City pays for it either way, so if you'd like it, you can have it.
Thank you anyway.
And then I'm gonna grab my water. You don't think you got warrants or anything, do you?
As far as I know, I don't.
Okay. Was you committed any crimes?
And
Well, besides.
no.
Yeah.
No. I'm not out trying to outrun the cops on my bike.
Okay.
Find us. Go look at my computer.
Okay, thank you.
He said, "Go look at my computer." That is not good.
Nails given comes back to a deceased person, so we've got a situation here.
All right, brother. Time to be honest with me, okay? So the info you give me comes back to a dead guy. Gregory Stallings is dead. So who are you?
I'm him.
You're just not dead?
I'm him.
Not dead.
Yeah?
Is it just because I haven't been on anything for a long, long time?
They don't just declare people deceased because they haven't heard from them in a little bit.
I don't know.
It said 2000 was the year of the death. Did you go... Did you go missing in that year?
2000.
For a long time.
Well, would someone report you missing and then they just declare you?
No, I don't talk to my people in a long, 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 long time.
Okay.
I'm not talking to nobody, my family.
A redacted phone call takes place between the officer and an unknown entity. But during this call, they work out that the man they have detained is not only not who he claimed to be, but he is also a highly wanted suspect from a cold case from 1983.
Like possession of a short-barreled rifle, false imprisonment, a bunch of stuff from. He's on the run since like '95. So he gave us false information, and then gave us information of a dead guy, and then which tipped us off. And then the hard part is that I stopped them on a city code violation because city code says that during the day you have to have a rear reflector, but state code doesn't. So I wanted to figure out as much as I could here, and I didn't want to hook them on a city code because that makes a lot of issues. So. But then eventually VC showed up. VC said, "Hey man, cut the shit. Tell us your real name."
Gain job-ready skills and start your career in cybersecurity. Test drive the program with.
He just told him his real name.
The FBI on his
Said that like
ass,
6
bro.
times. Yeah, and I don't have a mustache. That's probably the issue. That's also it too.
I get it, bro. I see most of it, and I understand it. Yo, none of us are mad at you. I'm just baffled that law enforcement has let you go for 30 years and not push you to run the law.
What's crazy is 1990. That means you've been on the run longer than 2 out of the 3 officers here on the street that have been alive.
1995. I was
Jesus.
94.
So I'd say, yeah, you were
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Where have you been of all your different places, man?
All over the place.
Where's been your favorite?
Iowa.
Why is that? Well, not Michigan, though. You get dime. Yeah, you can, brother. Why not Michigan? You get dime for that.
It's colder. Fuck up.
Hey buddy, can I get that knife out of your pocket and then you can do whatever you want with your. I don't want it. It'll go with your stuff, but.
Yeah, I should. They're gonna take it.
We don't know if Wisconsin wants it yet or not.
82.
I need it too. Yeah. No, that's why I was gonna go get some. Can you go to the vape shop and get a pack for $4.52?
I am really inclined kind to do that because you were honest with us. So what kind do you want?
The Crown Menthol 100.
I'm not gonna remember that. Crown Menthol 100.
Yeah, just keep it the attachment for the cheapest menthol I got. Welcome mattress. I don't even have a light. Thank you.
That's old.
I do need a cigarette.
You have a light though?
No, that's why Tim Town give me book and mattress.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
Matches too.
Book and mattress.
He's way nicer than I am, buddy.
Well, most of the guys I ever met, some of them are dicks, but some of them are cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you found the cool one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is this other one that rolled up here?
It's Ice.
No, it's Grove. Maybe this is Ice.
Maybe they don't want me no more.
Well, we're still so.
Trying to.
Maybe they don't want me no more. I like to know the information.
Yeah.
And I would have to be doing.
They just learned this man is George Hartleroad, and in 1983, he was convicted with kidnapping and raping a young woman. He escaped from a halfway house in Madison, Wisconsin in 1994, and has been on the run ever since. That means he's been free for 30 years despite the horrible atrocities he committed.
Wisconsin wants you, buddy.
I figured that.
30 years later.
Just for leaving the state without permission.
Yeah. Well, for those charges, I'd assume, yeah.
Yeah, nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing else. I have not committed a crime since 1982.
You committed one today.
Well, that's well.
If I wanted to have a vendetta,
crime.
If I wanted to have a vendetta, I could hit you for false information today, and what that'd make you do is they'd have to bring it back.
Nothing. I just told you that. See, there's a little gray area in the
law.
Yeah.
If you provide any info, even if you're not required to provide info, if you provide false info, that's a problem.
Okay. Well, what are they going to do? Give me a couple of years?
I'm not doing. That's exactly.
I'm saying what the worst they can do me.
That's fair. You know, you're not wrong. Everything you said.
You're already deep shit anyway.
Everything you.
They're going to take me back. They're going to run me through the system. They're going to, oh, we got him again. Oh, we caught him.
You're not everything.
No,
everything you said today has been 100% correct. I can't be mad about any of it because you've been 100% correct. Other than the name, other than the dead guy's name.
I didn't even know the guy was dead.
Yeah, he died like 5 years later. He did not last very long.
He did.
So you better find someone else.
Oh, that'd be easy. Don't worry.
That'd be easy.
I will jump again as soon as they turn me loose.
You know, every time.
No, guys, they've been upping my ass for 30, 41 years now. Yeah. On a 9-year sentence. Yeah.
Every time I think I kind of got an idea of what's going on, stuff like this, just like you could buy IDs at homeless shelters, and would never have thought.
What?
Yeah, I figured you just grabbed someone's mail from the mailbox one time.
No, that's postal theft, dude. That's bad time. I already did my bad time. They'll be happy.
So here's what we're going to do with your bike. I don't know if Officer Freeze explained it to you.
Over there and let anybody take it what wants it.
It's going to go back to RPD because it is yours, and then it'll be in our property. So if you ever do happen to make it back down here,
I will be back.
Yeah. So then if you ever come back with an ID and you can get it back, okay?
I'll get it.
Assuming it's not like 6 years, because eventually we have to purge it.
All I had to say was crowns, and he grabbed them right away.
I told you, man. They're the biggest ones in town.
421. Normally I wouldn't.
Got him his saves, now he's on his way. Homie's on his way. When missing children realize they've been rescued. Busted transporting 2.5 million of meth. On some Breaking Bad shit. What? This title is crazy.
File.
It's no audio.
last, but it's nice girls finish last. Anyway, what's your favorite TV show? What? What the freak is that? I only watch Skibidi freaking Toilet. Skibidi Toilet. Back, back, back. You know what my favorite show was as a child? Guess what? It was that Freaky Bob. I love Freaky Bob. Like, he's just so freaky. And I want to see his face.
I've ever read in my life, bro.
Anyway, where would you like to go after this? What?
I bet that shit is insane.
I want some Vic.
Baby. I'll come and slide by 8 p.m. and send a text to your DM.
I don't give a fuck if she's 15. I'ma still hit that shit. I don't care if she's 15, bro. She could be 12. She still look good.
Oh. What is this? Balloon dog. Yo, this is tough. It's a nail gun.
Huh?
Okay. That link is awkward. It's like no point. Oh, I want to look at that so bad. Fire ass tattoo. Oh, we're getting a new weapon in Brawl? That's fucking fire.
Ok les gars, 3, 2, 1, c'est du.
Oh my god. How is he not dead?
Ok
Bro,
les
it's
gars,
just like 100 feet.
3, 2, 1,
More than that.
c'est du.
Bro, that shit looks like 400 fucking feet. What the fuck?
Ay, qué exagera.
Okay, stay right where you're at, okay? No, don't move, man. Don't move, stay down. Stay, you're bleeding badly. You're bleeding bad. No, stay, please, sit down.
No. Oh, here he goes. What is he doing?
What the wind was so windy
out today, too. I know, dude, look at the flash. Somebody's opening a window on the end.
What?
Dude, wow.
Looks like
When the Molly hit.
When the Molly hit. Pump Wars. Oh my god.
Trooper
I can't watch that. Oh my god.
knows.
2、1。跟近距离都能感到高温吗？哎呀，一老火感觉。哇，一个拉满。挥舞的是是，我操，挥的好帅！一下子扫到，我操，打到我给了。别在领家。
Oh. God put that gun there. What the fuck?
Taliban president.
Holy shit.
Homie put the blick out with his feet? Yo, what?
We need you.
Firework war.
Пойдем искать. What? Get set, go!
No! No balls! No balls!
No balls.
Oh, no way! He just fucking hammered
There it is.
Wow!
Holy God, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh my god.
I've used
Okay.
this before. You have, here's the magazine. Here's another, you have two magazines.
They're clips.
They're
Sorry,
clips.
What's this?
They're
magazine?
clips, Emily.
No, they're all clips.
Oh, what's a magazine then?
It's different.
Oh, okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. And then you go bloop, and you go chuk, chuk, chuk.
Oh, she hasn't.
Emily fucking
There's
God!
nothing in here!
Oh my god.
Nice! I've got a lot of gun tooting strings.
Do you really trust me to make sure that the gun is properly put away?
Huh?
There could be like just an extra bullet in there, and you're going.
I'm not putting my hand on the trigger. I'm not that stupid. I think. Okay.
Chad, would she get a 7-day ban if she killed me?
Not even 2 weeks.
Yeah, not even 2 weeks is
It's
crazy.
what the fuck, bro? Oh my god.
Subway Surfer. He's playing Subway Surfer in real life.
That's not funny because them little motherfuckers be dying like that.
Hey, look, they stopped the train.
Oh, they hijacked the train.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up with these niggas, bro? They bored, like they really that bored?
Them, right?
They driving the train. Nah, I ain't posting this. I ain't riding. But they hijacked the train.
You ain't posting this, but I'm watching.
You drive right now, he official. Word of my life.
Yo,
If the train start going.
the train. Look.
Motherfuckers are wilding. This has to be Chicago. That has to be Chirac.
And she looks cool doing it.
And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Are they
100, narrow flat right, 100, brow and easy left.
Are you okay?
Whoa. I need to play GeoGuessr. I should do that tomorrow. Actually, that's a great idea, bro. GeoGuessr stream tomorrow? Let me know. I'm so down. I am so down. Print the sentence be? How long would Morty's present sentence be? Finding love on TikTok before it gets banned. Don't show me no fucking politics. Hunter x Hunter drama. I don't want to see no gambling either. What? My girl just punched me. Grace recorded speeches. Bro, what is this thumbnail? The thumbnail on this KKK members reacting to life sentences. This thumbnail is crazy.
I bet you've never seen a keyboard with a touch screen. This Temu mechanical keyboard is a walking laptop. It comes.
This KKK member was sentenced to life in prison, but you won't believe why. Welcome back, Charlie here. The Ku Klux Klan, or KKK, was founded as a hate group in the USA. The group was most active in the 1920s, but you may be surprised to learn there are still thousands of members of this evil group. Today we'll look at times KKK members were sentenced to life behind bars, and their wild reactions in the courtroom. First we have to look at Edgar Ray Killen. Edgar Ray Killen was a prominent KKK member. In 1964, he planned the murder of 3 people. Andrew Goodman, Michael Schwerner, and James Chaney had their lives ended. The 3 victims were civil rights activists. They were participating in the Freedom Summer of 1964. This was a big civil rights.
I thought that video was gonna be better. That thumbnail is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Oh wow, they just copied this guy. Hell nah, this person copied this guy. White warfare. The incredible Japanese prison break.
I'm Kento Bento.
This video is made possible by Dashlane. Download Dashlane for free if you never want to forget another password again at the link in the description. Aomori, Japan, 1936. Prisoner Yoshie Shiratori had had enough. He was forced to confess to a murder he did not commit. Falsely imprisoned in Aomori prison. Beaten and tortured every night by prison guards. And, now worse, prosecutors were seeking the death penalty. In his mind, it was time to go. But Aomori prison wasn't the easiest to escape. Regardless, Yoshie Shiratori had nothing to lose, and so at 5:30 a.m. he made
Wait,
his
what
move.
was he sentenced for?
He did this word again. Yoshie Shiratori had had enough. He was forced to confess to a murder he did not commit. Falsely imprisoned in Aomori prison. Beaten and tortured every night by prison guards. And, now worse, prosecutors were seeking confess to 1936. Prisoner Yoshie Shiratori had had enough. He was forced to confess to a murder he did not commit. Falsely imprisoned in Aomori prison. Beaten and tortured every night by prison guards. And, now worse, prosecutors were seeking the death penalty. In his mind, it was time to go. But Aomori prison wasn't the easiest to escape. Regardless, Yoshie Shiratori had nothing to lose, and so at 5:30 a.m. he made his move. He knew there would be a 15-minute gap in the patrol time, as he had studied the guard's routine for months. And when the coast was clear, he pulled out a metal wire which he had smuggled in from the bathhouse and started to pick the lock. This was originally the metal support ring that was wrapped around the bathing buckets inmates used to wash themselves. His hands were stiff from the wintry cold, but after a few minutes of picking, he had success, and his cell door swung open. But he wasn't out of the woods yet, because there were more locked doors ahead. He knew he only had a few minutes left before the guards would return, and so he wasted no time attempting to pick his way through the remaining security doors. Now, fortunately for him, he was able to make it out of the facility, but the bad news was that he was only halfway to freedom. You see, he was still well within the search perimeter, which meant at any moment the alarm could go off and he'd still be caught. At 5:45 a.m., the guards returned, peering into his cell, and this is what they saw. Shiratori sound asleep in his futon bed. But of course, what they didn't realize was that they were looking at something else. A pile of loose floorboards underneath his duvet designed to trick them. It wasn't until the next morning that they finally discovered the truth and the alarm was sounded. But by then, Shiratori was long gone. Now, he had escaped, but if you've watched any of our previous videos, you'll know that things aren't always as they seem. In fact, for Yoshie Shiratori, aka the prison break magician, this was only the beginning. 3 days later, he was caught trying to steal supplies from a hospital, and just like that, he was back in the slammer. But this time, for his escape attempt, he was sentenced to life in prison. He would never be with his family again, his wife and his daughter, and all the months of planning had led to just 3 days of freedom. It now seemed he'd be locked up for a very long time. 6 years later, in 1942, in the midst of the Second World War, Shiratori found himself transferred to Akita prison in Akita City. There, the guards treated him even worse than in Aomori. They had heard about Shiratori's previous escape and were determined to make an example out of him. They wanted to make sure he would never escape again. Along with the usual beatings, he was forced to partake in extreme manual labor, made to sleep on the hard concrete floor in the severe winter cold, and placed into solitary confinement for extended periods of time. Now, this was a specially made solitary confinement cell, which was very small and had a very high ceiling, with the walls covered with copper sheets so smooth that it was impossible to grip. In addition, there was almost no sunlight even in the daytime, with the only window light coming from a small sealed skylight high above. This was a room designed to keep escape artists from escaping, and if that wasn't enough, the guards also made sure that Shiratori was handcuffed at all times. Now, despite the constant abuse, one of the guards, Kobayashi, in fact the head guard, took pity on him. Kobayashi never laid a finger, and even seemed to check up on him from time to time, concerned for his well-being. Perhaps this made life a little more bearable for Shiratori, and it might have even been...
His cell reminds me of the... I'm trying to think of the one movie. It wasn't even a movie. It was like the Central Park 5. What was the... But what was the... What was it? When They See Us? Bro, this is such a good show. Such a good show. Y'all need to see this. This shit is crack, bro.
What kept his will alive all the way to the night of June 15th.
And this guy's innocent, bro.
It was a stormy night, and Shiratori was in the middle.
That story, they got accused of like raping a jogger, and literally Trump was saying that they were innocent, and literally they were just got accused and they didn't even do shit.
Of one of his extended stays in
the oldest kid there, he was like in like solitary confinement for like 10 years.
Solitary confinement. At around midnight, one of the guards peered into his cell and couldn't believe his eyes. He opened the cell door and looked around in astonishment, as Yoshie Shiratori had vanished into thin air. All that was left was his handcuffs. So how did he do it? Well, there were a few assumptions the guards made that did not apply to Shiratori. For one, handcuffs simply didn't work on him. Shiratori was actually a master of getting out of handcuffs, and in fact had several methods to choose from. Here, he decided to go with the familiar lock-picking method, but he really could have gone with any of them. He had thoroughly scoured his surroundings to find anything that could be of use in an escape, and just like in Aomori prison, he was able to uncover a loose bit of wire. Perhaps it was from one of the items Kobayashi brought him, but this wasn't clear. After freeing himself from the cuffs, he placed his palms and soles of his feet on the smooth copper sheets and started climbing the unclimbable wall. It turned out Shiratori was also an expert climber with an uncanny ability to scale like a lizard. Once he reached the skylight above, he noticed that, yes, the window was sealed, but the wooden framing around it was starting to rot. And so thereafter, night after night, when the guards weren't looking, he'd climb the copper walls and loosen the framing, bit by bit. Afterwards, he'd climb back down and place the handcuffs back on, as to not rouse suspicion. After a couple months, the window finally came loose, and from there, it was just about choosing the right day. He waited until a particular stormy night, so the guards wouldn't hear the footsteps on the roof. And that was it. He had escaped from prison again. Now this time, he wouldn't be caught. Or at least, not in the way you'd expect.
Hate seeing ads? Here's how to get rid of them, or get paid to see them. Do you know how much of the content you see on a daily basis are...
Bro, if I get out a
3 months later,
time,
on September 18th, the head guard, Kobayashi, was at home when he heard a knock on the door. To his surprise, it was the fugitive Yoshie Shiratori, unkempt and disheveled, and he needed a favor. A stunned Kobayashi took him in and fed him, all the while listening to what he had to say. Shiratori explained that he didn't actually mind being in prison, and that the only reason he escaped twice now was due to the tremendous abuse he suffered at the hands of the sadistic guards. Kobayashi, however, was the only one who treated him with any amount of respect, and so he felt he owed it to him to let him in on his grand plan. Now, this plan involved Shiratori willingly, yes, handing himself over to the Justice Department, where he could then personally make a case for how corrupt and barbaric the Japanese prison system was, and there needed to be reform. He wanted to campaign for change, and in the process, gain his legal freedom through a civil lawsuit. He felt this was the only way he could realistically end up with his family. This, of course, was a super ambitious plan, and as a fugitive on the run, he was well aware of that, which is why he needed Kobayashi, the well-respected head guard of Akita prison, to vouch for him, to strengthen his credibility. As the only guard who ever treated him right, he had a feeling Kobayashi would do the right thing. Minutes later, while Shiratori was in the toilet, Kobayashi called the police. Maybe not a great plan. Just like that, Shiratori was back in prison, and this time, he vowed never to trust an officer of the law again. For the second escape, the courthouse added 3 more years to his life sentence. Now, Shiratori requested to be sent to a Tokyo prison, where the weather was warmer, as he couldn't stand the cold in the northern prisons. His previous stints had weakened him severely, but he was denied his request. Instead, the judge sentenced him to the infamous Abashiri prison in Hokkaido, the northernmost prison in Japan. No man had ever escaped from this wintry hellhole of a prison. It was now 1943, and the cold was unbearable in Abashiri, as the temperature in the cells was below freezing point. Whenever inmates received their prison food, the miso soup and soy sauce would often freeze up. In this temperature, a handcuffed Shiratori was thrown into an open cell in summer clothing, and he immediately felt the paralyzing sting of cold air. Perhaps in a fit of desperation, he tried to force himself past the guards, but they were able to push him back and beat him down. An enraged and defiant Shiratori stood back up and vowed that he would escape from Abashiri prison like he's always done, and that there was nothing they could do about it. In fact, he claimed there was little point even putting handcuffs on him, as he'd always find a way to break free. If not by lockpicking, then, well, this. He then proceeded to rip apart the chain of his handcuffs, to the horror of the guards. It turned out Shiratori had another special ability. Aside from his outstanding climbing abilities, he also possessed incredible strength, almost superhuman strength. Back in Akita prison, he could have broken free of the cuffs the physical way if he didn't have to put them back on. Now, this was impressive, but it wasn't so smart to lay his cards on the table like that, as the guards were starting to build an escape profile on him. They knew he had lockpicking abilities, lizard-like climbing abilities, and now almost superhuman strength. And so they set out to devise the ultimate escape-proof cell, one that was sure to be Shiratori-proof. And they came up with this. The new cell had steel fixtures with a low chance of rot. Any openings, even the bars removed, were made smaller than his body, meaning there was no way he could physically fit through. He had specially made solid iron handcuffs that tied his hands behind his back, and leg cuffs that made him barely able to stand. These cuffs weighed 20 kgs each and had no keyhole, which meant they could not be lockpicked. And the only way they could be removed was by two metalwork specialists who would come once every few weeks to remove them in an arduous 2-hour process. It was at this point, and only this point, that he could even take a bath. And he certainly needed one, as weeks of being shackled up with no movement meant his cuff wounds were infested with maggots. On top of that, and as cold as it had already been, it wasn't even peak winter yet. Any strength he would have left would surely be nullified by the upcoming freeze. Though just in case, they still made sure to cut his already meager food portions in half. And so that was it. Even for Shiratori, this was too much. As winter came, he succumbed to his fate. Every day, the guards would slide his meal through the opening, and he'd be forced to grovel like a dog. His hand and leg cuffs made every action awkward and uncomfortable, with even sleeping being a pain. There was no doubt life in Abashiri prison was absolute torture. Now fast forward, Shiratori was somehow able to survive through the winter, and spring was coming. This meant he was starting to get his strength back. But still, what could he really do? He was literally in a bind. Months passed and, well, nothing seemed to happen. Then one night, in August, a guard in his office was doing some paperwork when he heard some shuffling on the roof. He wasn't sure what it was, but he decided to check on the prisoners. As he looked inside Shiratori's inescapable cell, he was stunned. The futon bed and prison garments were neatly folded up. The specially made 20 kg handcuffs and leg cuffs that would have required two specialists 2 hours to remove was placed on the side, and Shiratori was nowhere to be seen. He had finally fulfilled his promise to the guards. The alarm immediately sounded, but despite the work of the search party, it seemed he had truly disappeared. But how on earth did this happen? How did he escape from the fortress that was Abashiri prison? Well, preparation had started 6 months earlier. At the time, he didn't have the strength or stamina to mount any sort of escape, not to mention the restraints he was in. But one thing he did have was time and patience. Every day, the guards would slide his meal through, and while he struggled to eat his food off the floor, he always made sure to save a little bit of the miso soup in the corner. You see, every night, he would hobble awkwardly to the inspection window and splash a little of it on the steel frame. He would also dab some on his handcuffs and leg cuffs. Now, his intention was for the salt content of the miso soup to oxidize the screws and bolts, eventually corroding and loosening it. After a month, this technique of rusting through the iron actually worked, and the first screw came out. The next few months saw screws and bolts coming loose, assisted by the use of the first screw as a sort of screwdriver. By the end of spring, he was able to fully remove his handcuffs and leg cuffs, as well as the steel frame of the inspection window. But there was a problem. The size of the opening was smaller than his body, which meant he couldn't fit through, a contingency thought out by the guards. What they didn't account for, though, was Shiratori's fourth ability, which involved being able to dislocate his joints at will. With this, he was now able to slide through the opening like a caterpillar. This repertoire of skills thus surely making him an honorary member of the X-Men. With that, he climbed through a broken window in the roof and vanished. Impressively, Shiratori had now escaped from 3 prisons, as well as being the only man to ever escape Abashiri prison. Now, good on him for escaping, but this was northern Hokkaido, and the only direction he could have gone to was the cold, snowy mountains. Actually, the prison guards felt that they had the last laugh, because if the cold didn't get him, the mountain bears certainly would. Despite this likelihood, there was one person who stayed hopeful, and that was Shiratori's wife. But she was still worried, because even if he was alive, she knew he wouldn't be able to make it back to his family, as the authorities would be constantly on his tail. Which is why she was desperately and secretly hoping that Japan would lose the war, as that would enable the US to take over the country, meaning everyone would likely forget about her husband. Of course, she kept this to herself. But then, a year later, in August 1945, she got her wish.
Is that a real video?
The Americans had now taken over the country's penitentiary system, and sweeping changes were being made. And it did seem, perhaps, that the manhunt for Yoshie Shiratori had now taken a back seat. Yet the question remained, where was he? And was he even alive? The answer was yes, he was alive, and living a solitary life, this time self-imposed. It turned out he had discovered an abandoned mine on a mountainside in the Hokkaido wilderness, and was able to make a home for himself. For food, he lived off nuts and berries, wild rabbits and raccoons, and was even able to learn to catch crabs from a stream by observing the habits of bears. Life was steady and safe, but after a while, curiosity got the better of him. And so after 2 years of isolation, he made his way down the mountain to a nearby village. What he saw astounded him. The streets were filled with signs written in English. The posters and flags, emblematic of the war effort, had vanished. And even more strange, young Japanese girls were holding hands with American soldiers. What on earth was going on? He grabbed a newspaper that had been set aside, flipped through the pages, and it was only then that he found out about the atomic bombs, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Japan had surrendered the previous year, and he couldn't believe it. As with his wife, he felt it was now pointless to hide, and so bid farewell to his old hunter-gatherer lifestyle. He headed south of Abashiri for the next 50 days, until he reached the city of Sapporo. At this point, he was starving, so he found himself a nice ripe tomato from a nearby field, which was a huge mistake. A farmer had spotted him and mistook him for a well-known local thief, which led to a scuffle, resulting in the farmer's abdomen being pierced by a blade. Sadly, he bled out and died, but not before Shiratori was arrested for the crime. It wasn't long until police found out that they in fact had the infamous Yoshie Shiratori in their custody. For his multiple escapes and having now murdered the farmer, despite his claims of self-defense, he was sentenced to death by the district court of Sapporo. And in 1947, he was sent to Sapporo prison to await execution. Now, to ensure he wouldn't escape this time while on death row, he was placed under 24-hour surveillance, with 6 armed guards personally assigned to his watch. As for the cell itself, it was upgraded further from the one in Abashiri prison, with reinforced doors, ceilings, bars, windows. In fact, any openings were made smaller than the size of his head, not just his body, learning from the Abashiri escape, as while he may be able to dislocate his joints, he certainly can't dislocate his skull. As long as his head can't fit, they were good. The 6 guards were so confident, in fact, that they didn't even bother cuffing him. Now Shiratori was getting old, and the odds of escaping by this point were looking slim. As his execution loomed near, there was little he could really do, and the guards knew that. They could see the desperation on his face, looking up, searching for an escape plan that they knew would never come. Though still, just in case, they made sure to search his room every night while he was taking a bath in the bathhouse, inspecting the ceiling, skylight, and any other openings. A month passed, and winter was now coming, weakening him further, and the realization was starting to dawn on him. He grew increasingly despondent, staying in bed, refusing to wake up, despite the orders of the guards. This went on for a while until one morning, the guards had enough and entered the cell to discipline him. They flipped over the duvet, and he was gone. This was not possible.
What?
How did he do it this time? Going back to when he was first placed under 24-hour surveillance with the 6 armed guards personally assigned to his watch. He had in fact conditioned them to look up and keep up from the very start. Not just because his previous escape attempts involved climbing through skylight windows on ceilings, but also his suspicious yet, as it turned out, very intentional behavior of constantly looking up to figure out an escape plan. Little did they know, it was all an act, and that he already had one, but it would be taking place precisely where they weren't looking. You see, it turned out the authorities were so concerned with him escaping through a window or skylight that they neglected to reinforce the bottom. This ironically ended up being his easiest and simplest escape, because all he had to do was remove the bolted floorboards, which wasn't easy, but he had experience, and using random cutlery and a miso soup bowl, dig his way to freedom. This took over a month, and he was able to hide his activities due to A, the guards not suspecting this approach, and B, the floorboard panels being put back in place every night after digging. The 6 guards thought they were keeping a good eye on him even at night, but with the hole consistently positioned underneath the futon and duvet, and it increasingly becoming the norm to refuse the orders of the guards to wake up, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Placing a pile of loose floorboards underneath the duvet to trick them was also a callback to his first prison escape in Aomori. So he had now escaped from prison 4 times, and by this point, the story is starting to get ridiculous. But this perpetual cycle of capture and escape was about to end.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief.
Because a year later, in 1948, Shiratori was exhausted. He was in his 40s now, and this was a young man's game. One day, in the Kotoni neighborhood, still in Sapporo, as he stopped to rest, a policeman just happened to sit by his side for a smoke. He didn't know who Shiratori was, but he struck up a conversation with him. Shiratori, of course, was wary of his presence and tried to play it cool, all the while attempting to figure out a way to remove himself from the situation without being suspicious. Suddenly, the policeman did something unexpected, at least to him. He pulled out another cigarette and offered it to him. Shiratori was stunned. You see, cigarettes were expensive luxury items in Japan at the time, and the fact that someone offered it to him just out of the kindness of his heart brought tears to his eyes. Not to mention all his life he had been abused and mistreated by officers of the law, with even the head guard Kobayashi turning his back on him. And here was an instance of an officer treating him kindly, with respect, and with no prejudgment. As he smoked the cigarette, Shiratori couldn't help but tell the officer his full name, Yoshie Shiratori, and that he had escaped from Sapporo prison last year. In fact, he had escaped from prison 4 times in his life. It was strangely a relief to get it all off his chest, and he was even ready for the consequences. After the Kobayashi incident, he had vowed never to trust another officer of the law again. But the simple act of receiving a cigarette from a stranger broke him. Of course, he was arrested again, but this time, things were different. Maybe it was the fact that he willingly gave himself up, or that Japan's justice system was going through a change. But the High Court of Sapporo became sympathetic to Shiratori's plight, and some of his past claims were recognized, such as acknowledging the farmer's death as a legitimate case of self-defense. They also made note that throughout all 4 of his prison escapes, he didn't kill or injure a single guard, despite the abuse he may have suffered at their hands. At the end of the deliberation, the High Court dismissed the murder charge, revoking his death sentence, and instead sentenced him to just 20 years in prison. Further, they approved his request to be transferred to a Tokyo prison, where the weather was warmer. He was getting what he wanted. In Tokyo, he was sent to Fuchu prison, where, for the first time, the guards actually treated him well. It was a weird feeling. There were all these precautions and security measures in place to ensure that the infamous prison break magician wouldn't escape. But the truth was, Shiratori didn't really care anymore. Everything he'd been fighting against, the mistreatment from guards, the death penalty, even the northern climate, was no longer of concern. And he was at peace. There was no need to escape anymore. He finally accepted his punishment, and for the remainder of his sentence, acted as a model prisoner. Just 14 years later, in 1961, he was released on parole. And for the first time in a long time, he was truly a free man. He decided to head back to Aomori, where it all began, and meet up with his daughter, who, by this point, unfortunately, was the only family member he had left. For his incredible escapes, Yoshie Shiratori became a legend, an anti-hero in Japan, but it was very much the opposite for the country's penitentiary system, which had somehow allowed him to escape time and time again. This was a national embarrassment for Japan, but just as preventing criminals from breaking out of the system is vital for the safety of society, so is preventing them from breaking into the system. Your system, that is. And for that, I'd personally recommend Dashlane.
Dude, that's rough, bro. Homie was on the run for like 50 years, just... At least his daughter was there, bro. At least his daughter was there, bro. It's better than nothing. Oh, God. CIA toy operation. Yo, this guy's videos are dope. I've never seen this channel. Yeah, this guy's shit is dope.
I'm Kento.
The man who counterfeited $250 million got away.
I am the world best counterfeiter right now. No one better than me, it's me.
In February 2012, an undercover cop in Canada got a tip about buying a load of counterfeit money. Intrigued, he decides to make a purchase. What he doesn't know is that he's about to uncover the greatest one-man counterfeiting operation in history. And neither the police nor the US government had any clue that Frank would outmaneuver all of them. But before we get to that, let's go back to the man behind it all, Frank Barassa. To understand how Frank pulled off this ingenious scheme, we have to understand how and why he did it all in the first place. See, money printing was simply his solution to another problem altogether.
They would do transaction for, a kilo or whatever, for $20,000, $30,000. Be 10 guys with machine guns and I mean, what the heck?
After years of close calls in the drug trade, he needed to figure out a better, illegal way to get rich. This is the story of the world's most sophisticated counterfeiter and how he got away with it. Frank Barassa was born in Trois-Rivières, Quebec, and as you might expect, he was no ordinary child. He excelled in school and accidentally stumbled into his first criminal enterprise at the tender age of 12. Growing up poor, he wanted money more than anything. Getting rich is all he dreamed about. His home life sucked. He lacked good food and was lonely most of the time, so when a young Frank identified an unconventional market opportunity that he could capitalize on, he went all in. It came from watching older students flaunt bags of expensive clothes they had stolen from department stores. Frank wanted those clothes for himself, and he realized other kids at his school would as well. He guessed they would pay good money to get their hands on them. So he became the middleman, telling older students what to steal, then buying it off them, and reselling it at a steep markup to his classmates. Frank didn't care that it was illegal or against school rules. What mattered was the steady stream of income it brought him. By 13, Frank was earning hundreds of dollars weekly, a serious fortune for a 7th grader. By 15, Frank's disregard for rules had caught up with him and he got expelled. Feeling miserable about his morally corrupt youth and desperate to leave his rough home life, he decided to move out of his parents' house and get legitimate work as a mechanic. But Frank had dreams of millions and couldn't resist the lure of easy money for long. He went back to crime starting small, selling stolen car parts, but that quickly escalated to entire stolen cars. He was making triple his monthly pay on the black market. Even though he was apprehensive about more serious consequences, he decided to accept his fate for the time being. He made it his mission to run the smoothest operation he could, but in his heart, he wanted this lifestyle to be temporary. All he wanted was to move up from the bottom-scraping world he was born into. By his 20s, he had become decently wealthy and determined he was ready to go clean and leave his dark beginnings in the past. He was sick of constantly looking over his shoulder. He never knew who was a real friend or foe. He began to struggle with crippling paranoia and anxiety. He had to get out. Frank decided to use his experience with cars and his illicit earnings to set up a factory manufacturing brake pads. The business was a success, but the cost was high. Frank was working 20-hour days, and his hair started falling out as his stresses became unbearable. It led to nervous breakdowns with panic attacks, severe vitamin deficiencies, and multiple trips to the hospital. It didn't take long for Frank to realize his health was at risk if he continued. So he sold the factory and took a 2-year break. He traveled the world with his girlfriend, but the bug of his millionaire dreams never left him. When Frank returned to Canada, he vowed never to make money through legitimate means again. He decided the stress of honest work was worse than dealing with shady characters, and he knew he could run a tight criminal operation from his prior experience. He decided growing and selling marijuana was the best route for him. It was a booming market at the time in Canada, but after just a few short years in the business, his illegal activities caught up with him again. In 2006, Frank sold a large amount of weed to an undercover cop and was arrested on drug charges and sentenced to 3 months in prison. In prison, he had the first revelation that would set everything in motion. He realized the absurdity of the drug business. He began contemplating what product he could deal in that would cut out all the BS. The whole point of selling illicit substances was just to get money anyway. After 3 months, he was free and he had stashed away a decent chunk of change. But he wasn't a millionaire yet, and he was sick of the drug trade. But with few options, he went back to weed to support himself, swearing he would get out the moment he came up with his next venture. That moment finally came for Frank in 2008 while sitting at a red light in traffic on his way to another shady drug deal. He felt almost stupid for not seeing the answer sooner. Why go through the hassle of finding products, selling them, and dealing with customers when he could just print his own money? Frank loved money, but he hated the trouble that came with earning it. Counterfeiting seemed like the perfect solution. Frank's plan was simple but ambitious. He decided to counterfeit American $20 bills. He believed American bills were easier to counterfeit because they were still printed on paper, not polymer, like Canadian currency. Moreover, American currency was accepted worldwide, making it much easier to move, and 20s would cause less suspicion. But Frank had a problem. He knew absolutely nothing about counterfeiting money or printing. So he did what any criminal genius does in this era. He turned to the internet. What Frank discovered blew his mind. With a few simple searches, he found countless official US government websites that told him everything he needed to know. As he researched away, he became giddy with excitement as he realized how easy it would be for him to pull this off. Frank also has a theme that will be important. He's a master at thinking 10 steps ahead. So while studying his new craft, he hopped from one internet cafe to another to avoid any possible suspicion. The information he found online was detailed and surprisingly accessible. He learned that American banknotes were made of 75% cotton and 25% linen. He discovered the various security features and even the specific printing press used by the US Treasury. Once he had gathered all the details, the next challenge was finding someone to manufacture the paper. Frank knew the paper had to be perfect. Even the slightest discrepancy would give the fake bills away and land him back in jail. Under fake aliases, he began outreach to paper companies. Initially, he was Thomas Moore, a representative from a fictitious stationery company. He mailed various businesses describing the paper he needed. But the recipe for American currency paper was no secret in the industry. Crane & Co., a Massachusetts-based company, has been the sole producer of this paper since 1879. His outreach stalled as companies quickly saw through his requests, suspecting he was up to no good. But Frank was persistent. He changed his alias and refined his approach. He became Jackson Maxwell from the Keystone Investment and Trading Company. With another genius move, he claimed they needed $30 and $40 bond certificates on rag paper resistant to counterfeiting. By January 2009, Frank's persistence paid off and he had finally found a willing partner, the Artel Paper Company, and of course, it was based in Switzerland. Through a series of emails, Frank gradually altered the specifications of his order. He even requested a security strip reading USA 20, claiming it was for his $20 bonds. But Artel was willing to comply. Whether they suspected anything illicit or not is unknown, but they didn't have the necessary equipment needed for Frank's request. So Frank, ever undeterred, found and ordered a $15,000 cylindrical printing drum from Germany, and promptly shipped it to Artel. This ensured they could fulfill his order, and showed Artel he was serious and had the money to back up his order request. With the paper problem solved, Frank was ready to take the next steps in his counterfeiting operation. He ordered a small sample batch from Artel. Now the stage was set for one of the most sophisticated counterfeiting schemes in history, and Frank Bourassa was at the center of it all, determined to outsmart the system. He knew his millionaire dreams were on the verge of coming true. In mid-2009, a mysterious package showed up at one of Frank's drop boxes. He opens it and his eyes widen. He couldn't believe the sample he was holding. Frank Bourassa had finally received the perfect paper. It was indistinguishable from actual currency paper. Frank's excitement was so palpable, he even said that delivery brought tears to his eyes. His relentless year-long pursuit was about to pay off, and he immediately ordered $50,000 worth of this special paper, the smallest order Artel would fulfill. Frank ran some calculations and realized he could print $250 million in $20 bills off this one order. He figured he could sell his fake money for 30 cents on the dollar. He'd pocket a cool $80 million and would ride off into a luxurious sunset. But Frank wasn't there yet. He still needed a printing press. However, luck was on his side. An acquaintance who had done time in prison worked at a professional printing company. Frank assumed his acquaintance would have flexible morals, so he reached out, and to his delight, he was right. The acquaintance helped Frank settle on a Heidel B offset printer. It wasn't identical to the ones used by the US Mint, but it was very close. Frank bought the only one available in Canada and also purchased a paper cutter, plate making equipment, and inkjet printers for the serial numbers. This all begs the question, what was Frank's total upfront investment? Just $300,000, all funded from his illicit savings. Not cheap. But when you realize his potential ROI was over 26,000%, it's clear that if he could pull this off, it would be the greatest investment of all time. With everything in place, Frank just needed the paper to arrive, but this was no simple step. Frank knew he couldn't risk picking it up himself. Too risky. Instead, Frank treated his shipment like moving literal gold, which for him, it effectively was. When his shipment arrived at the port, he spent 3 days surveilling it with binoculars, watching for any signs of law enforcement. He knew his order was suspicious, and he wasn't sure if the authorities would be waiting, but after 3 days of nothing, he went into action. He set up a convoluted scheme to move his paper. First, Frank rented a box truck to transport the paper, and he hired a second car to follow it. As the first truck approached the highway on-ramp where traffic bottlenecked, the second car pretended to break down, blocking traffic for 20 minutes. This gave the first truck plenty of time to escape any potential followers. The main truck then went to a parking lot, where it sat under 24-hour surveillance for another 3 days. At this point, Frank hadn't even come into contact with his precious paper directly. Frank's obsessive criminal meticulousness not only pays off for him here, but also later on, as you'll see. Frank trusted no one, so he hired a revolving door of accomplices, never using the same person twice to undertake the delicate paper route. None of them knew the full plan or even what was inside. Finally, it was time to move the paper again. Frank rented another box truck with a new driver and transferred the paper to new pallets to avoid any potential tracking devices. Then he took it to a garage he had rented from a farmer. The farmer was likely aware something illegal was happening, but chose not to ask questions. Ironically, he paid the farmer in all cash to ensure there was no paper trail.
You see what I did there?
With the paper and printing press in place, Frank was ready to start printing money. For the next 5 months, Frank probably had the best job in the world, but he followed a strict routine. He tuck his girlfriend into bed, go to his rented farmhouse, and print money. By morning, he was back with breakfast, pretending nothing unusual was happening. His girlfriend had no clue whatsoever. The days were long, but more than worth it. After a few nights, he had amassed millions in stacks of $20 bills, and Frank realized he was rich. His dream had sort of come true, but he didn't start moving the money immediately. He wanted to print all of it first. This was a key piece of Frank's plan, as you'll soon see. By the end of the 5 months, now early 2010, he had approximately $250 million in counterfeit $20 bills. Frank needed buyers, so he reached out to an old criminal friend who tried contacting big-time drug dealers. Surprisingly, they weren't interested, but he couldn't understand why. Ominously, they all told him to be careful. Frank was bewildered. People committing severe crimes were telling him to be cautious, but classic Frank refused to give up. Eventually, he found 4 buyers. They were all importers and exporters planning to sell the money overseas. Initially, they ordered only $10,000 each, which frustrated Frank, but he understood their caution. However, once they saw the quality of the bills, they were hooked. Orders increased to 100,000, then 1 million at a time. It was a good start, but Frank needed more customers. He had $250 million to move after all, but only he knew the full amount. Sometime in February 2012, he was introduced to a local man named Eric Lefebvre, who dealt in stolen heavy equipment. Unbeknownst to Frank, Eric had been selling stolen trucks to an undercover cop for 2 years, and Eric still didn't know that. When Eric asked the undercover cop if he was interested in buying counterfeit money, the cop jumped at the chance. He ordered $100,000 off the bat, which Frank delivered personally. The cop was impressed with the quality and wanted more the next day, but Frank got a bad feeling. However, he was so determined to move his product quickly, he decided to go for it. When Frank and Eric showed up the next day, a helicopter was tailing Eric, but neither him nor Frank knew about it. Regardless, Frank couldn't shake a nagging anxiety, but didn't know why. Luckily for Frank, his instinct saved him. When he went to the meetup, instead of parking in the driveway, he backed his car into the garage. Helicopter surveillance lost sight of him and the transaction. As he entered the meeting, he checked his surroundings nervously. But the deal seemed to go off without a hitch. Still, Frank just couldn't shake the feeling something was off. On May 23rd, 2012 at 5 a.m., his feelings were confirmed when the police pounded on Frank's door. His girlfriend, a school teacher, entirely unaware of his activities, was terrified. Frank opened the door, and he and his girlfriend were immediately handcuffed, and their house was thoroughly searched. The police found guns, counterfeit bill testing pens, marijuana, and nearly $1 million in counterfeit $20 bills. Law enforcement thought their arrest was a major victory, but they had no idea who they were dealing with, and Frank was about to show them. Frank and his girlfriend were taken into custody, but the true extent of his counterfeiting operation wasn't revealed. Even so, the authorities were amazed at the sophistication and scale of his operation. Frank's journey from a small-time middleman to a mastermind counterfeiter had come to an abrupt end, but Frank's story was far from over. Frank knew he was in trouble. The police had found a $1 million mountain of counterfeit money, along with plates and marijuana. It was a significant bust, and they thought they had him nailed. But Frank wasn't one to give up easily, and he had planned farther in advance than anyone realized. When the police brought Frank in for questioning, he initially stayed silent. He knew his girlfriend was innocent, but the police didn't, so they dragged her into the interrogation room as well. The police threatened to charge her and seize their home. Frank couldn't let that happen. So he confessed during questioning, but only to what they already knew about, which included the press, which they hadn't found. He protected her and took the fall. Frank had calculated this risk from the beginning. If I get hit real hard, I get 6 or 7 years, he thought. In Canada, you do about 1/6 of the sentence. He figured he'd serve maybe 12 to 15 months. Manageable. He was sitting there feeling good about his overall position when a twist he hadn't foreseen entered the interrogation room. Amid the chaos of his arrest, Frank hadn't noticed the US Secret Service agents. As they entered the room, they nearly shattered his hopes and careful planning. They told Frank he was to be extradited to the United States. The penalties there were far harsher. They informed him he was looking at 3 separate charges, each carrying 20 years. 60 in total, which for a 42-year-old man such as himself was essentially a death sentence. Dejected, Frank asked them how long he'd realistically serve. The agent cited a similar case involving a Canadian who got 9 years and had recently died in jail. It was bleak. Frank's crimes were much worse, and they planned to punish him to the fullest extent. Frank's spirit sank as he was sent to prison without bail, awaiting extradition. But Frank had a good lawyer, and his lawyer came up with a very good plan. The police had seen Frank pull into the garage with the undercover cop, but they never saw him with the money. The lawyer argued the search warrant that the police used to break into Frank's house was unlawful, thereby making all their evidence and Frank's confession inadmissible in court. It wasn't a guaranteed win, but it was a solid argument that could be grounds for total dismissal, and this type of argument has lots of legal precedent. If it went through, it would also make the prosecution and the police look like morons, but it wouldn't absolve him from his US charges. Before filing their motion for dismissal, Frank's lawyer negotiated with the authorities. If the Canadian government stopped the extradition, Frank's lawyer wouldn't file the motion. The prosecution had a tough decision. They didn't want to risk the case being thrown out altogether. Frank was willing to let the prosecution use their key evidence to avoid any chance of dying in an American prison. The offer paid off. The Canadian authorities decided letting a Canadian criminal escape Canadian justice just wasn't an option. Ultimately, genius legal maneuvering and a hit on the government's pride did its work. So the deal was struck. Frank was released on a $10,000 bail after just 6 weeks in jail. He now had his guarantee that he would not be sent to America, but Canadian justice would have its shot at him.
Slap on the wrist. W lawyer.
Upon release, Frank went right to an honest job in construction to support himself. He felt constant paranoia. He knew he had eyes on him almost round the clock. He was tailed by cars and his phone was tapped. He avoided talking about the counterfeiting operation and never returned to the farmer's garage. The authorities still wanted the Heidelberg printing press, but no legal action required Frank to give it to them yet. He kept a low profile and ensured no one knew what he was actually scheming. Negotiations continued, and in fall 2013, the Canadian prosecution made its final offer. Frank would plead guilty and get 3 years in prison, likely serving only 6 months. His lawyer urged him to take it. It was a good deal, but Frank shocked his attorney when he refused. To everyone's chagrin, Frank ran down the clock, so by December, patience ran thin. As the trial was about to begin, just days before, Frank made his next bold move. He asked his lawyer, "If I had $200 million in cash, could you do something with that?" The lawyer, flabbergasted, realized Frank was serious. At that moment, his attorney understood the true magnitude of his operation. Frank proposed a deal. He'd hand over $200 million in counterfeit money and the printing press in exchange for his freedom. He knew the prosecution couldn't ignore $200 million in counterfeit cash. If that money got out, it would be a disaster for the whole country. When his lawyer called the prosecution and explained, they agreed on the spot. Yet again, Frank had masterfully maneuvered himself to a point of maximum leverage. However, Frank wasn't free until the handoff of money and the press was complete. The police had a month to track the money, but Frank had planned way ahead. 2 months earlier, before even revealing the existence of the remaining cash, he had a friend rent a box truck, load the money in the press, and leave it in a hotel parking lot. The truck sat there, unguarded, with only a padlock. On January 31st, 2014, Frank led a motorcade of police and Secret Service to the truck. He opened it, revealing the cash in the press. The authorities counted the money, then all hell broke loose. The Secret Service realized Canadian law enforcement had made an egregious mistake. They became so furious that they started shouting obscenities at the Canadians. See, the Secret Service had traced the paper order and done the math via weight to realize Frank had printed 250 million, not just 200 million, but they had assumed that the Canadians had done the same. Minus the few million he had already sold, nearly $50 million in flawless counterfeit bills were still out there, and only Frank knew where. But the deal was already signed, and now it was fulfilled, so neither the Secret Service nor the Canadian government could touch Frank Barraza legally. He was not extraditable or convictable, because he had gotten those matters guaranteed in his contract with the government. The Canadians had signed the final agreement without actually doing the math, and left Frank with nearly $50 million in $20 bills. Frank was now free from prosecution by both Canadian and American authorities. Now Frank, still free, runs a successful consulting firm helping governments and businesses catch counterfeits. Make sure to subscribe if you like this video.
No shot he walked out with 50 mil, bro. Oh God. With that 50 mil, he hired this nigga for sure. Like, what? How a hacker stole $1 billion from banks?
These are the world's first AI.
Quick bill, bro. Why is this doing this? I'm gonna have to fix that later.
AI employees, and it has me kind of terrified. They can complete tasks for you while you sleep. You can even connect them with other platforms.
July 10th, 2016. Two men are walking into the entrance of a bank in Taipei. They're wearing medical masks and fisher hats. One of them guards the entrance, while the other stands in front of the ATM. He doesn't do anything though. He doesn't withdraw money with a card, nor does he try to blow it up. He just waits. And then something curious happens. The ATM starts spitting out banknote after banknote. All he has to do is collect the money. As a stranger approaches, they immediately abort and leave. The stranger will find the cash just lying there. Even though it doesn't exactly look like it, he just walked into a massive heist. While those two men collected their money, 20 others did the same thing at other branches. This is just one puzzle piece of a larger operation, a 2-year-long sophisticated attack that shook the global financial system to its core. More than 100 banks in over 30 countries with stolen funds amounting to roughly $1 billion US. One of the biggest bank heists in history, orchestrated by hackers. The Carbonac Group. They are led by one elusive mastermind. But on this one night in Taipei, he and his team made a crucial mistake. One that they will pay a heavy price for.
Carbonac was a game changer, I think.
Poof. The attackers, they have the password of the administrator. So at that point we knew that they were watching what we were doing.
It's very hard to arrest.
Okay, y'all. I'm on 8%. I'm going to end the stream, but let me see. I'm gonna be live. I'm gonna be live again at I'm gonna say like 6:30. I'm gonna go live again. I'm gonna make some TikToks for y'all live. Thank y'all so much for being here. Catch me in a couple of hours. I'll be live every day at 12 p.m. also. So thank y'all so much.